All right, what is up, Chuckleheads? Episode 33 is in the fucking chamber. It's your boy Jay Berg and
Colton Drake.
That's right. Number 33 brings us, oh shit, Atsuko Okatsuka. Shit, that's way wrong. Atsuko Okatsuka.
Nice.
Or just AO. I'm calling her AO from now on, dude.
Okay.
Not AOC, just AO. Atsuko.
Let's go.
Her special is called Father.
I love the name.
Yeah, the name is Father.
Yeah.
We're excited about it. So yeah, before we get into that, how's your week last week, buddy?
Week was good, dude. I won the Thursday night Quincy.
Yeah, you did.
Quincy
Back to
belt.
back, dude.
Back to back, dude.
Back
Felt
to
good.
back.
Felt good. That was fun. And then aside from that,
Oh yeah, dude.
Friday night hung out with Haji. We had a bonfire.
Haji Boom Boom.
Fire
Yeah.
outside my backyard.
Friend of the pod. You remember him as our guest host.
Yeah, and we just jammed on some acoustic guitars and
Jammed out on your axes.
had a good time, dude. It was really good. We wrote a song, which was fun. Haven't written a song.
Yeah,
in
that's
forever.
awesome.
We wrote it based off of my buddy Kyle and the shit he was saying, because he came over and then he was like, I gotta go. He's like, well, my buddy got me tickets to go to the Red Room.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I was like, oh. He's like, how's that? Is that going to be fun? I was like, that sounds like shit.
Yeah, it sounds
The
like you
Red
want to
Room
get shot. Is what it
sucks.
sounds like.
Yeah.
Red Room does. If you're in Spokane, Washington, may I suggest
Never go to the Red
do
Room.
not go to the Red Room.
No.
It fucking sucks.
But he's like, my buddy bought.
Unless they want to book me, and then it's amazing.
Book me, I'm not going. I'm not
I mean, if
showing
they
it up.
pay me headliner wages, I'll do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess, dude. I would never want to go. I hate that place.
Murder Room, dude.
Yeah, but
I've been to 2 comedy shows there.
terrible.
2 of the worst comedy shows I've ever been
Oh,
to.
yeah, same. I've done 2 shows there. It was bad.
Those were the 2 I went to.
Yeah. I was with Daryl once, and and the guy throwing the show came up to Daryl and was like, "Hey, what do you think, Daryl? Huh? Pretty good." And Daryl's
Pretty
like,
awesome.
"Top 3 worst shows I've ever been on."
Dude, I love Daryl. Daryl's
cracked me
low key, like hilariously honest
I
with
know.
people, dude. It's very funny.
It's so fun. Yeah.
He will just shit down your leg, and he doesn't give a shit.
No,
He's
he'll
not
tell you.
gonna- No,
Nope.
he's not gonna mince words. He's not gonna polish the turd.
Yeah, exactly. But my buddy, so he was going down there, and he said that like his buddy was like, "Hey,
Right.
I got you a ticket, so you can't back out or whatever." And he's like, "This sucks," you know.
Got
And
you
he was
to
over
the
hanging out
Red
with me.
Room.
He was hanging out with me and Hodge, right? And we were in good vibes
Sure.
around a fire. He's like, "I got to go to this fucking Red Room shit." And I was like, "I wouldn't go, dude. Fuck that. I wouldn't go."
What's the guy gonna do?
He
Not be your
goes,
friend now?
He goes, calls me maybe like around 12 o'clock at night. He's like, "Yeah, man, this is not my scene, dude. This is not."
It's no one's seen. That's the thing, dude.
He's like, This is not my place, dude. He's like, "I'm just out here." He was all drunk and fucking
Yeah,
shit.
sure.
And he's like, "I'm out here just looking for pussy carcass."
Oh God.
Pussy carcass.
That
Which is the
sounds
name of our song.
horrific. Oh, I thought it was the name of your band. Either way, it sounds
No,
pretty
it's
good,
the
yeah.
name of our song. But that's what he said.
Jesus.
That's what he said, dude. And it was so funny.
That's horrific.
And then he couldn't leave because the cops were all around him. So then the cops were all around me. It was like another part of our song. It's pretty sick. It's
Oh wait, he couldn't leave because he was drunk. He was trying to
and
drive
there's
home.
so many
There's
cops
there.
that are parked
Yeah, it's
everywhere.
the Red Room, dude. They have like
Yeah.
2 guys who were stationed there.
He's like, this is not my spot. This is not my scene. I don't want to be
God.
back here. Like, I tried to warn you, buddy. I should have
That's a good
listened to you,
time to
Colt.
introduce our new sponsor, Red Room Lounge in Spokane, Washington. Yeah, man, that's cool. You wrote some songs, dude.
Yeah, we just wrote one. It was fun. I hadn't written a
Creative
song
process,
in forever.
dude.
It was cool. And just hung out.
Right on.
And then
I bought
Saturday-
John's album.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I bought him out of his car when he was living.
Really? Is this
Yeah.
true?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
I liked it. I mean, I like it. It's kind of old folksy type shit.
Yeah, he's got like a punk vibe to it, like
A
an
little
acoustic
bit.
kind of punk.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Well,
I had it in my tape in my CD player in my old car forever,
Sick.
and then I got a new car and I don't have a CD player.
He's got a
so-
good voice, dude.
Yeah, dude. He can sing.
He can sing.
He can sing. He's got interesting progressions. Interesting lyrics. Yeah.
But yeah, dude,
Haji,
it was
dude.
cool. I hadn't
Might
played,
still be available. I think I bought it for $10. So
I hadn't played guitar with somebody else in a long time, and it was fun.
Yeah, dude. Nice.
It was a great time.
You're jamming out.
Yeah, and then Sunday I went to that roast show that you were on.
Yeah, roast show, Roastamania.
Roastamania. Jay won. Big winner.
Couple winners.
Hit
today,
the applause.
Huh? Hit the blue. I don't know. I can't find it. There it is.
Yeah, Jay.
The boys are a couple winners this week, man. You won Quincy Belt. I won Roastamania. I'm glad. I was up against John. That was a fun roast. Then I went up against Taylor and fucking mopped the floor with that little bitch.
Wiped
shit
his
still.
ass like he's a little baby.
Stiff stuff's over, and I'm still talking shit. But no, yeah, that was fun. I'm glad I won. I was more nervous to lose than I was happy to win. But
You didn't look nervous at all. It looked like everybody else was kind of more like, and you were like, oh yeah, I'm good at these.
yeah, I am unfortunately good at roast. Roasts are fucking dumb though. I hate them. We were talking about this.
I don't want to do roast.
They're such a simple, and they all always come down to the same. You look like this, or you're gay, or you're a child molester. Or you can't fuck your wife. Whatever. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's basically just the worst things you can say about somebody and trying to make it funny. I don't know. I don't have any desire to do them.
Yeah, they're not that fun.
I honestly I don't like.
I like comedy. I like doing stand up.
And I don't like competitive shit. Because I get too competitive with it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then I go home. If I don't win, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Butt hurt.
I like competitive stuff, but it's 100%. People just get way too, especially in something so subjective like comedy. If you like, and how delusional comedians are, like if you have an 8-person like tournament, right? Like 6 people are gonna think they won. You know what I mean? Of the 8, there's a couple of people who be like, "Yeah, I didn't have a great set. I probably didn't win." You know, but like it feels like at least half the people are like, "I definitely had. I clearly had the best. I'm gonna file a formal protest. I definitely won." You know,
right?
Like,
yeah. That's how I feel every time.
Yeah, so that's just how it is, man.
It makes me mad, and
you're delusional.
I just don't like it. I'm not delusional. Everybody else is. That's
Everybody else.
Everybody else is delusional.
Yeah, I did. So I did Roastamania, like you mentioned, and then on Saturday, I went to the Kitty Pineapple show at Draft Zone. If you haven't heard of Kitty Pineapple, very interesting show. Kitty Pineapple is I'm not sure if Kitty's transgender or drag, or I think it's transgender. I think she's transgender.
Transgen jag.
Yeah,
drag. Transgen jag.
Talked a lot about her dick, which was very interesting. I was hoping certain people in the community who have similar jokes would come out and watch, to be honest with you, can see how you like tell like those kind of jokes without being like too overbearing about doing the same shit over and over again. She did really well.
Cool.
She had a couple of things. To me, she interacted with the audience a little bit too much and too formulaically, like not really organically. That makes sense. And then she had like 3 or 4 different times where she started singing a song of some sort. And it just was a little bit too much for me. But honestly, overall, pretty good. Chris Jessup had a great feature set. Laura Branning hosts the shit out of it. So it was good. It was a good show overall. So I was happy I went.
Nice.
So that was my week. Nothing really else to report other than Thursday was awesome. I mean, obviously you won. That was great. But Thursday open mic at the Draft Zone is fucking killing it right
Dude,
now.
it's crazy. It's packed. There's no seats for anybody.
Yeah, like half the show I was looking for chairs to give to people.
It's a fucking open mic.
It's awesome, yeah.
And people are showing up like that's the thing, dude, is like I know like in New York or whatever, you can get all this time, and all these other places you can get a bunch of stage time. Yeah. Right, but that's going to be a lot of that is going to be in front of
what's the value of it?
Nobody, or in front of just comics that have already heard your shit before. Which I'm sure all that shit helps, but getting the opportunity on a weekly basis to just get in front of like full rooms of people as an open micer is sick, dude.
And I think that my favorite part about it is it's been different people too. It's not just the same. Like it's like a rolling group, and a lot of people I talk to after the show, because I always talk to people after the show, like go. And thank you for coming. I try to do that every show, like go up to every table and be like, hey, thanks for coming and all that stuff, and then find out how they heard about us. And a lot of the people were like, oh, my friend told me he came here a couple weeks ago and said it was really good. I should come out. And so I'm like, shit, that's perfect. Word of mouth advertising, new crowds. Like, this is awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about it. And it's the summer, dude. There's not supposed to be anybody in shows right now.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll keep it up. But
yeah, hopefully that stays going.
Nothing's guaranteed. But,
the last few shows have been really solid, though. When there's been that many people, there's been good shows.
Yeah, I think people are really stepping up their comedy game as well, which helps.
Well, and you don't want to go out there and eat dick in front of fucking that many people, right?
Yeah, for
especially if everybody else is doing pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, thank you all for coming out to those shows if you are. Yeah. And if you're not, come on, check it out. But go to comedy wherever you can. It's great, especially at open mics when they're free and stuff. But we can, we can pitch that a little bit. But we're done with that for a second. Let's talk about new listeners. You want to hear about new listeners?
Yes.
We didn't get any new states.
Okay, yeah.
We still got 6 states left, man. My buddy actually offered. He's like, dude, I will fly. I'm flying into Bozeman next week. I can wait and listen there. And I'm like, I don't think it's based on where you are physically. I think it's based on where your account is. You know what I mean? He's like, oh. And I'm like, also, I don't really.
I mean, it's not that big of a
I
deal.
want an organic Montana listen.
Yeah.
Okay? Come on, Helena. Get at me.
Come on.
Yeah, so no new states, but a new area of Australia. We got Queensland, Australia.
Cool.
Boom. A new area of Germany, Baden-Württemberg.
Nice.
Thank you, Baden-Württemberg. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Probably not that way. That's in Germany. And then the country of Ukraine. We got Ukraine.
Whoa, cool.
We got Ukraine, dude.
They're just getting missiles shot at them and they're listening to us. That's crazy.
What better way to forget your problems?
Listen, stand up.
Hear 2 assholes talk shit for an hour. So thank you, Ukraine, Queensland, Australia, and Baden-Württemberg, Germany.
It's like, can you stop shooting for a second so I could hear these guys?
Seriously, dude. We should have like a missile button on
just
here
gun
just
noises.
to fuck with people. That's so fucked up. So stay safe out there, everybody. Thanks for the new listeners. Appreciate y'all. You want to get going on old Atsuko?
Yeah,
Atsuko.
I do. I'm excited
Damn it.
about this.
I'm not ever going to get this name right. It's horrible. But not her name, but my performance of her name. So this is the trailer for Father by Atsuko Okatsuka.
So I asked my husband the other day how to turn on the washing machine, and that's how he realized that he had been doing the laundry all these years. I was shocked too. Oh my God, it has been you. This whole time. You know when you've seen someone do something, so you think, oh, that was me too? Okay. Only to walk up to the washing machine and realize, I've never touched these buttons before. Women, why do we have to know everything? Why do we have to be stable? Yes! What about the bitch that crumbles easily? I want to grow my hair out, but I can't because this is my brand. My fans are always out there being like, Atsuko is mother. She is mother. She is mothering. Oh, no. I am father.
There it was, dude. That was Atsuko Okatsuka.
We talk about this every time. The trailer music.
Yeah,
I like this
you
one.
You dug it. Yeah,
dude.
I mean, it fits her shit, right?
It's a vibe.
It is a vibe, man.
Yeah, it was getting me dancing.
Tells you what you were clapping, you were grooving.
I like it.
I did actually. Yeah, I like the music in the background of this one. It made sense for what she was doing.
It's fun. It's good.
Yeah, it is fun. It is. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly fun. So, Atsuko Okatsuka, her parents met on a Japanese dating show.
Oh, really?
That's funny, right?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Wasn't one of the ones where like you get tortured or whatever?
I'm guessing no, but it's. Are there?
You got the answers wrong. I can electrocute
on a
you.
dating show? I don't think they do that on dating shows, do they?
I'm
not sure. I don't know. The Japanese have an interesting history of game shows, though. For sure, there might be something.
Yeah, my game show knowledge of Japan is
up there.
Saturday Night Live. That's
it's Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, the sketches that they've done.
I always think of Most Extreme Challenge, that show that they overdubbed.
Dude, that shit was awesome.
Isn't it great? Oh, I love that show.
What happened to that show?
I think it's still, I mean, there's definitely a bunch of stuff out there for it, but yeah, it's probably not still on, but it's probably still in syndication.
Them dubbing over, which always made me curious as to
so
what are they
fucked up.
actually saying.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That's such an American thing. They just dub shit over it.
I mean,
make it say whatever
I think it's
they want.
already sort of tongue-in-cheek when they do it in Japan.
Uh-huh.
I'm not positive about that, but I think when they do it in Japan, the things they're saying are actually pretty tongue-in-cheek as well, like kind of like over the top, but it's different shit for the American audience. I'm not positive, though, so I love that show. That was one of my favorite
as a kid
in college, getting ripped, getting hammered, going home after the bars. It'd be on from like 2 to 4 in the morning. I would watch that shit all the time. Just drunk and high off mass. It was crazy.
It's a great idea to watch that stoned. I haven't watched that stoned.
Oh, it's great. I remember as a kid
thinking it was hilarious. You kind of want to do the challenges too, right?
Yeah, the big dodging boulders and it's basically like Wipeout, only like actually fun. And nobody wears any protective gear, which is awesome.
Yeah, and there's
like in Wipeout, they're all like have like flak jackets on and helmets. Dude, Most Extreme Challenge, they're just like whatever. Sign your waiver and wear a diaper. You're going through it today.
Yeah, you could wear whatever you want.
Absolutely.
They kind of wanted you to dress
like
weird.
Costumes and shit. It was great. If you're not familiar with Most Extreme Challenge, MXC for short, give it a shot.
Check that out. It's a blast.
Incredible. So anyway, her parents met on a Japanese dating show. Her grandfather was assassinated, so he must be someone important. Usually people just get killed, but he was assassinated, so he must have been like some sort of political figure. I couldn't really tell.
That's kind of a cool way to go.
Be assassinated? I mean, you have to be pretty badass to be assassinated.
That's what I mean, though. It's kind of like...
It means you're important.
It's kind of cool. I hope when I die, I'm assassinated so that people can say that.
I can make that happen, dude.
Nice. Thank you.
No problem. I'm a good friend.
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready. So she was kidnapped and brought to the U.S. when she was 8 years old.
Yeah, she talks
by
about
her
that.
maternal grandmother. So she was undocumented for the first 7 years she lived here. She started comedy around 2008. She lived in Los Angeles, grew up in Los Angeles, started comedy around 2008. That's what I could figure out anyway. In 2020, she had her debut album. 2022, her first special on HBO. It was dubbed by the New York Times as the best debut comedy special of 2022.
Wow.
And it was also called one of the best comedy specials that year in 2022 by by Vulture Online Magazine or whatever it's website or whatever that is. So that is Atsuko Okatsuka, and I think this is her second. I think this is her second, but it might be her third special.
Yeah, I was. I'm kind of curious if stand up is all she's been doing.
I was curious that too.
No, she was in the Spideyverse.
Oh, she was
into the Spideyverse, the cartoon Spider-Man shit.
Oh, I did not get.
She was a cast. Yeah, she's part of
like
the
a voiceover person or whatever.
Yeah, in that show, I think.
But that's not a real acting job. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's not. But I was curious if, it is. If I had that, I'd be like, this is definitely a real acting.
Creds,
job. I'm not trying to shit on her for doing.
Oh yeah, I know.
I think that's awesome. But part of me was like, how did she get big? Right? Like a lot of times with these people, it's like, oh. Well, she used to write for this show, and she used to be a writer on this show, and then it's just like, oh, I was seeing any of that. It's more just like, oh, she has stand up.
Yeah, I didn't see anything on it. Like I was looking for that because I kind of figured that too. Because based on what I was looking at when I was watching the special, is she has like she, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a dick, kind of, but like she gets a lot of love for really not any for no punchlines. Not that she doesn't have punchlines, but like she just. All through her setup, she does a line and the audience just goes crazy.
Yeah.
Then she does another line and the audience goes crazy. And she's not even to her joke yet. But for some reason, she got this huge, and it's the type of thing you only see with like really big celebrities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought maybe she was on a television show that I never saw, or in a bunch of movies that I never watched, or maybe even like Japanese movies that had crossover appeal in America or something.
Or she has OnlyFans or something. She
doesn't. Or something. Dora the Explorer remake. She has a joke about that. So apparently she's just a stand-up.
Yeah, which, I mean, that's cool. I respect that. I like that. That being said, how'd you feel about this special?
I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it. I could see. It just wasn't for me, man. I just wasn't entertained by it. I was bored throughout much of it. And I don't really know what it is because, I mean, that's the overall impression, right? I was bored. I didn't think it was incredible, but I also can understand why certain crowds would really like it, right? That's what I got. What do you think?
It wasn't my favorite at all. I did like that the majority of it is clean. Like, the majority of it's pretty clean jokes. She says the F word a couple times, but aside from that, when she refers to dicks, she calls it a penis. So I was like, okay, that's a way to keep it clean. So I give her credit on being clean, and she definitely kind of has a unique style. I also liked I liked how she talked about her relationship with her husband. I thought that was kind of a different angle.
In what way?
Just like very positive.
Oh, okay.
Positive and like, you know, they're just kind of a couple goofballs together, and that they're, you know,
her husband is an actor and a painter, I believe.
Oh, really?
Is what I was reading. That sounds right. But yeah, because I was wondering if he was a comic. Actually, the way she talks about him,
she does talk about him as if he was a comic. Because it sounds like he goes on the road with her. They tour together. She said that.
Actor and painter Ryan Harper Gray. Yeah, she did say they tour together, and that was the thing.
Yeah,
the number one. I was like, oh, he must also be a comic.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, actor and painter Ryan Harper Gray. They've been married since 2023.
Nice, very nice, very sweet. Was that their first? Was that their real one, or that was their fake one?
That was their actual marriage.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
The couple had a wedding ceremony in 2017, but 6 years later, found out they had not filed the paperwork, which she talks about in this special. That is a pretty fun story.
Second time I was undocumented.
Yeah, she does another joke about being. So she has some interesting stuff. There are some things I think clearly she structures her jokes very well. She does a lot of callbacks.
Ton of
callbacks. Probably more than I actually want, but I don't think the callbacks are super strong either. They're just sort of like referencing things in the back. Let's see. I wrote down a couple of them. Somewhere, it doesn't matter.
Well, I did like you said, her structure, her transitions were also really clean too. I thought the whole thing kind of did go together well. That being said, it just, to me, it wasn't that funny. I didn't find it that funny.
Yeah.
And I almost found it less funny watching it
than listening to it.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, listening to it was more fun in my opinion.
Because that's your process generally. You watch it and then you listen to it, or you listen
and watch. Yeah, I try to do a mixture of both.
That's interesting. Yeah.
She really tries to sell jokes. So like she does a big act out at the end of a joke kind of, and then she continues the act out for like too long for me. It's a little too theatrical in my opinion. I mean, it works for her, but it's not. Yeah,
her crowd loves it.
That being said, I did find a lot of it kind of cringy.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, there just wasn't anything super creative about it to me. Like there was a lot of sort of kind of obvious ways to talk about things that people talk, like Duolingo, and she's talking about Dora the Explorer, and she's talking about,
which also didn't like the Dora the Explorer stuff.
Tandem bike bit she does for a long time. She does, and then she does
opens with that.
We'll talk about this later because part of it is in a bit that you like the
cheerleader bit.
Cheerleader bit. That cheerleader bit goes on for fucking ever.
I know.
Dude.
That's why I was like, just pick a part of this.
Because you're like, pick this and cut it wherever. And I'm like, it's like a 7 to 8 minute joke.
I know.
That doesn't really. There's sort of a payoff at the end, but it's real light.
Bev liked it.
Yeah. She liked the special. Or she liked that joke.
She liked that joke.
Oh, okay.
She liked
it's not bad.
Joke.
That's the thing. I actually found a couple of jokes. I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny, But like overall, I just felt like I was like bored most of the time. Like it just didn't get me. And maybe it's the demographic thing.
I think that's a big part of it.
She's an Asian woman. I'm not an Asian woman.
Well, I also think
anymore.
I think this material would kill to like a youth group. Like a Christian youth group.
We just got through graduation season.
Yeah.
Just doing like graduation parties or whatever.
Yeah, I think this would probably do really good in like a more clean environment. The Christians would be like, this is hilarious.
I feel like her crowd, this is kind of a mean thing to say, but it feels like her crowd doesn't have any idea what comedy's like. So she tricks them by just doing the normal comedy pacing and the normal comedy. Because I feel that's what it felt like to me, is like she puts the setup where a setup's supposed to be, and a punchline's where a punchline's, or premise and a setup and a punchline, all where they're supposed to be. So just the mechanics of performing a joke, she could just be like blah 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 blah, laugh 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 laugh, blah 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 blah, laugh 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 laugh. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like she gets away with not having that strong a material because.
And there's no risk. I feel like I feel like there's nothing risky about it. There's no edge to it, really. The riskiest part, I think, is how long some of those act outs are.
I don't know, that fucking what she's wearing is pretty risky.
What she's wearing is risky.
We'll talk about it. We don't have to talk about it now. We can talk about it whenever, but holy shit. It's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen a person wear, to be honest with you.
Yep, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just get into Fashionisto.
Yeah, let's get into it. Fashionisto. I broached the
Fashionisto.
All right, that was weird. That got weird.
We dragged it out.
Why was I deep throating the mic? All right, what you got, buddy? What'd
Fashionisto. All right, so if you guys haven't seen this, she is half Jap, Japanese. I saved it.
Whoa.
I didn't mean it like that. Half Japanese, half Taiwanese, right?
Does she say that or did you read that?
She said that.
Okay.
Because
that's right. And I was like, oh my God, he got it. I thought she was all Japanese.
I can tell just off of her eyes. No,
Can you?
No. I read that.
I definitely can't.
And she has like this horrible bowl cut.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's really, really bad.
Yeah. Like if Yoko Ono joined the Beatles and was like trying to replace John Lennon or something. Like, that's what she looks like.
She's got John Lennon's haircut. Yeah, for sure. That's a good point.
Yeah.
She makes several Dora the Explorer references based on it.
Right, which Dora is Mexican, so
yeah, but
I didn't like the
right.
cultural appropriating. Not cool. Didn't like that. That's edgy, actually.
Yeah.
That Dora
edgy,
Explorer joke, hella edge.
Hella edge, bro.
Hecka edge, I should say, for the Christians.
You started out with pussy cadavers or whatever. I think that
pussy carcass. Did I say?
Oh,
that?
pussy cadaver. I guess is different. That's
yeah.
also gross, but yeah.
Cadaver. God, get your mind out of it. So she's wearing. What she's wearing is like this. I don't even know what you call these pants. Okay, if it's skirt, if it's pants, whatever. It's green. It
looks like her seamstress died when she was making them. They just.
It looks like they had a bunch
together.
of leftover material.
Yeah,
like,
it's just got bunches everywhere. It looks like parachute almost.
It does. Yeah, and then she has this pink. She has this pink button-up shirt on, which is weird. Like the cuffs are weird on it. There's like weird like loop-de-hoos in the cuffs. One side of the collar is like really drops down.
It's intentionally mismatched. Kinda,
she looks like she's watermelon. She looks and like this,
she got green bottom, red top, dude.
And the buttons are black, seeded watermelon.
Boom, seeded watermelon.
Yeah. So here's okay. Before I get into her all the way,
combat boots,
combat shoes.
Yeah,
you can see her ankle.
And then
can't wear those in Iran. All right. So in the background in the LA. Or this is in LA. In the LA.
Yeah, it's at the El Capitan Theater.
El Capitan.
On Hollywood Boulevard in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now the stage is kind of cool. It looks like there's like a weird art sun looking thing in the background. Now that I know
like
her
a rising
husband,
sun type thing. Maybe
now that I know
Asia?
that her husband
for Japan. I mean,
I don't know. Wouldn't that be red?
Well, I mean, yeah, but. For the flag, it'd be red, but sun is the right color, right? It's like the right color. The
That's a good
sun.
connection. I didn't put that connection
I don't know.
together.
It may not be what she's doing at all, but possibly. It's very cartoony, like a cartoony sun rising in the background or setting.
Yeah, and then it's like blue, kind of behind the sun. Like the whole stage is blue. I think the stage is kind of cool. Maybe her husband painted that shit or something. He's a painter.
It's really cartoony.
Yeah. And she looks like a straight goober up there. She looks
a goofball.
Yeah, her fingernails do match her earrings. Cool move.
Oh, you love the fingernails, dude. Your big fingernails.
Yeah, I like the fingernails. Very cool. Very good. Aside from that, the rest of the fit, I mean, like, I want to give her credit for, like, how terrible she was able to make this fit look. I mean, like, how terrible the fit is, you know? Like, I get it. You're doing something different.
Yeah, goofball.
Yeah. Part of me was like, do I rank this high on the Fashionisto look because it's so
edgy,
out of there?
The edgiest thing about her.
It's the edgiest thing about the special.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna rank it low because I don't like it. I don't like it. And like, if she was my friend,
because I don't like it.
If she was my friend, I'd be embarrassed.
If she was my wife, I wouldn't let her leave the house.
Like
I'd fucking
that?
chain her to the radiator. I'd be like, listen.
No, put on.
Listen, property.
When you put on. When you put on these jeans, you can come out. Yeah.
Yeah, wear a pair of jeans. Jesus, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going 2.3 Prince Albs.
Ooh. Ding, ding.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
2.3 Prince Albies. That's pretty low.
That's pretty low. It was either going to be 2.3 or 8.9.
I could not decide. Then I went on 2.3.
Went 2.3. The other thing is,
this is one of the few times. Sorry to interrupt you, but this is one of the few times I actually have a take. I hate it.
Okay.
I think it looks terrible.
Good. We're on the same page.
There you go.
Yeah, nice.
Because usually I'm like, I don't know, if I can wear whatever you want. I don't. Who am I to say I wore this shirt or whatever?
Part of me thought you might like this special, dude.
Oh yeah, is that right?
Yeah. Well, sometimes I don't know. Sometimes you hit me with things, and I'm like, really?
You never know,
this
man.
The one?
And maybe it's as simple as that. Like what kind of mood I was in when I watched it. You never know. But I watched it twice. I didn't like it either time. So
yeah, I
didn't hate it, but I didn't like it.
Here's what I have to say about it. About the look.
Mm-hmm.
She talks about her hair and she's like, oh, like, this is my brand. I'm sorry I said it like that. She's like, this
she
is
said it like that. She actually kind of plays up the Asian sound when she wants to. It's pretty obvious. And then sometimes kind of just sounds.
That being said, I wasn't trying to do that.
Yeah, I got it. I said normal. Sounds normal. Like, no, I didn't mean that. But you know what I mean.
She's like, this is my brand.
Yeah.
With the hair. And that's bad brand. That fucking move on. Change your brand.
New brand, dude.
Yeah,
it's called rebranding.
Sucks. That just sucks.
Is branding also wearing a green parachute and a mismatched Ross Dress for Less shirt until you got on the floor?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like, you're goofy. Her whole act is goofy, which is cool.
You're already goofy, though. You don't have
Goofy's
to dress
cool.
goofy, too. Yeah.
Dress hot.
Yeah, dress
hot.
Want,
be
man.
goofy.
Yeah.
That puts you at a 10, dude.
Boom.
If you dress hot and you're a goofball, people fucking
goofball,
love
dude.
that.
Yeah.
Everybody loves that. Who doesn't love a fun, goofy gal that looks good?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, instead, you just look like a cartoon character.
I just can't imagine that's what she wears when she does anything. You know what I mean? Like, well, I don't think she walks around town wearing that. I don't think she goes to dinner wearing that. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no way, right?
Yeah. That being said, I like that she actually put some type of thought into what she wore.
Sure.
Right? I know some of these jokers we do.
These jokers.
Some of these jokers we do, it seems like they didn't put any thought into it at all. Now, she got a low ranking because it's fucking horrible.
Because it's trash.
Yeah, ugly. But she did at least try. She you know.
Is that something that Asian women do, like wear? Is that something that is common in
I'll tell you this,
something?
I have never seen anybody look like this in my entire life.
I agree, but maybe you're walking down Kyoto or Tokyo and people are like, oh, that's a sick fit, dude. That's exactly what everybody.
You're in Hong Kong or something, and that's
famously Hong Kong, Japan.
But yeah, so that's I give her credit. I give her credit for at least having something to wear. But maybe her husband is like, because I saw some pictures of her like when they first got married. That was fake. Their first fake marriage.
Yeah.
Right. And she looked cute. Like her hair was like a little.
I think
long on
she
the
looks
side.
cute.
She looks cute. She's got a cute face.
For sure.
Maybe her husband is like trying to ugly her up a bit.
Dude. All right, you can either wear a paper bag over your head or you have to wear the watermelon suit. And so she's like, I don't want to wear the watermelon suit. She's like, well, but I have to because my hair is my brand. I can't cover it with a paper sack. You know?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe it was just a marital compromise. Maybe that's what she was wearing.
Yeah. Maybe he's like, don't look too hot out there.
She's like, done. I got it. Yeah. No, I'm sure. I mean, at times you see her move and you're like, oh, she actually is probably very cute.
Yeah, she is.
She has a really pretty face.
She's a cute gal. She's doing everything wrong with it, but she's very, I think she's fun.
Yeah,
she seems like
so bad, dude.
Her hair is terrible. And it's almost disrespectful. You know, it's like you owe me an apology. You have beautiful full hair. That's a good point, yeah. And that's how you're wearing
that's true.
it?
I've been bald since 25, dude.
And if you had her hair, you would never wear it.
I would never bowl cut it, dude.
No, it's rude, honestly. I hate it.
It's rude.
It's fucking rude.
She can't even kick up because her pants don't let her. Anyway, so Fashionisto, 2.3. Not good. Not good. From J-Berg, just a not good, which is about as low as you can go on the J-Berg scale. But I mean, it's not all about fashion.
No, it's not.
Oh, anything else you want to talk about? The look or the videography or anything like that?
I thought the videography was good. The sound quality was good too. Yeah. I thought Hulu has been doing really good with these specials as far as like visually and stuff. I think even the stage, like we were talking about, looks.
It's a cool looking theater too.
Looks cool. Yeah, I liked it, and everybody there looked like they were having a good time.
Yeah, there was one cut that was a little weird to me that didn't really. It felt like it was a cut from two different shows, possibly, but which probably she filmed a cut. I don't know if she did or not, but likely we talk about it a lot that they have like 2 or 3 filmings. Mm-hmm. She had to wear that more than once, dude. No, but
she has multiple.
But there was just one. She has multiple. There's just one cut. Like it was just a smash cut that was from one scene. It just wasn't like didn't have the continuity that I expected. Mm-hmm. But anyway, other than that, I thought everything looked fine.
And that being said, too, I know we're kind of harping on her for how she's dressed and what the look is. I bet she's a good hang.
Oh,
she seems like she'd be a great hang.
I think she'd be fun.
Yeah,
I would hang out with her and her husband. They seem like fun people,
and they seem like they don't take themselves too seriously.
I'm not biking with them. I'll tell you that much. But yeah,
they seem like they don't take themselves too seriously.
No,
which I think that's cool, and I'm sure she's a fun person to hang out with.
Yeah, she seems fun. She got great energy. She got a good energy. Yeah, I mean, there were some things. I mean, we shit on her look a little bit, and we talked about a little bit about what we do and don't like, and we can keep on with that. I mean, I really like I said, I really do like the way she structures things. She's very good at structuring jokes the way jokes are good to be, or way it's, Jesus Christ, I can't talk right now. She structures a joke well, right? She has a setup, clear setups and clear punchlines, a little bit formulaic at times. There's one thing that I've seen a lot from her that once I noticed it, I couldn't notice it. She does a long pause before most of her punchlines where she's like, and then she'll go, and then she says a word kind of funny. I think it's in the one of the clips that I have, but she does that a lot, like blah 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 blah, blah, like, you know what I mean, like so it's. I noticed it and I couldn't fucking unnotice it. It's one of those things where you hear it and then you hear it every joke.
Yeah.
So
she seemed to me like she was a theater kid before.
Yeah, she got strong theater
true,
vibes,
but it does come off like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Because everything is so kind of like performative and theatrical with how she does.
Yeah, and her the way she stressed the emotion of her voice. Like she was in a crisis a lot, where she's like like very kind of over the top emotional that I didn't love. Like
she kind of hunches over a lot too. I know it's like
she's
doing like a hunch.
That's part of the in the hunch, and then the labored delivery. Her repetition was really over the top sometimes too. She kept saying it's hard to do this. It's hard. It's like 4 different times. Yeah. Where I kind of like a repetition, but it just felt like she was doing it just to do it. It didn't quite feel natural. And then in the cheerleader book, she kept saying, "We are overlooked. Cheerleaders are overlooked. We're overlooked." You know what I mean? It was it was just beating you over the head with it. That bummed me out a little bit.
Right. And the only reason to do that would be to solidify what your premise is going to be.
Right.
But there's no reason to hit it that many times if you're not even taking any detours or like off. Like if you said like, "Oh, we're overlooked," and then you go into something else kind of.
Right.
And then being like, "Oh, this is the main," and then kind of call back to the main premise, overlooked, whatever. Right.
Yeah, but she's not really straying.
She's not. She's not straying.
Staying. So you don't have to keep saying it. It's almost like she's trying to remember what she's doing next. So she's repeating it.
That could be. It didn't.
It was just distracting to me, and I doubt a lot of people even noticed it.
Yeah, I doubt.
I mean, if you liked her, I bet you didn't notice it at all.
Yeah. And like I said, I think me and Jay just probably aren't the audience for this special.
For sure. I think that's definitely true. Based on the stuff we like, this doesn't really go.
This ain't it. Yeah.
Go into what we like. I didn't find anything particularly unique about her comedy, which is weird because she seems like a very unique person, and I bet she has really interesting stuff. She tells some stories that are unique about, visiting her dad in Japan and, even the stuff about her husband and that kind of stuff. But it just doesn't seem, it's unique, but not interesting, I guess. Like, it seems like there's a lot more interesting stuff that she could have gone into.
It leans more on the goofy side.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
I think she's kind of just plays up the goofiness. It's some of it's a lot of like observational comedy too.
Yeah.
Right. And then she just kind of takes something and then makes it goofy and talks about how she likes it because she's a goofball.
She's a goofball.
Yeah.
Another thing, one thing that bothered me about the audience laughed hard at everything, and it was really bumming me out by the end of it. Like, where it was like, she's not even close to making a joke, and it's just like, because she paused, they just are automatically laughing. And she does this thing, and then they automatically, I love a good audience, but come on, man. Wait for a punchline. You know what I mean? That part drove me a little bit nuts because she has punchlines, and if I didn't love them, at least I know if she gets to a punchline and everybody laughs, like, okay, cool. She earned that laugh. She didn't earn laughs when she's going, "Hi, my name's Atsuko, whatever the hell she said. My name's AO." And they're like, that's hilarious. Like, is it? It doesn't seem like a joke. But anyway.
I do like how she, like, when she first comes out, there's her song playing that's in her trailer, right?
Yeah.
And she comes out and she's like, comes out doing like dance moves. And
Such a weird little dance.
She spends probably 30 seconds doing a dance.
Sure.
Right? And I thought that was kind of fun. It kind of sets up the...
it sets up the goofball.
It sets up the goof. It sets up everything kind of like what her persona is.
For sure.
So I liked that part kind of. It's kind of fun, kind of different.
Yeah, I thought her act outs are pretty fun. Like they're fun, they're goofy and fun. They're
Sometimes
a little bit
they just
over the top.
Yeah, they just lasted a little bit too long.
Yeah, for sure.
Like cut a couple beats out of that, and I think it'd be better. But
yeah,
what do I know?
This is one where I think this absolutely would not work at an open mic.
I don't think so either. I was going to ask you about that.
I think it would bomb at an open mic. Like Goofy does not get over well at open mics, honestly. Like at least not the ones that we do.
Right.
They're like, talk about your pussy. You know what I mean? Like, just being a goofball doesn't really work. I don't know though. Josiah gets away with it when he does it. When he's just kind of goofy. She is likable, and I still don't think it would work.
Yeah,
I just don't.
She's very likable.
I don't like it. No,
I'm with you, buddy.
No,
I agree. I don't think it'd work at open mic.
Yeah. So, hey, we haven't even done our segments yet. We should do our segments. I forgot about that.
Yeah, favorite jokes.
Yeah, favorite joke. I'll do mine first. I'll introduce this joke by saying she's talking about texting with her family, and basically talking about how the water emoji is like disgusting. Or, like,
This is probably the
sexual.
dirtiest joke in the whole thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's my poor family just trying to tell me there was a typhoon. I feel like I'm sexting with them. I wanted to stop. My uncles in Taiwan were like, sorry, we only send you emojis. We didn't think you could read. You know, I was like, oh, I can read. Okay, women can read. So then they started texting me in Mandarin. I was like, oh, shit. Touche.
That's French.
And that's French.
Oh, that was a good line at the end there.
Yeah.
And I also I like the
Good joke choice.
the Mandarin thing, and then it's goofy. It highlights a lot of the things, good and bad. I think it highlights the like her goofiness and how she structures the joke really well. And then there's also this like labored like, I was texting with my family, like just this over the top like emotional thing. That's like, I don't really believe you're that distraught about this text conversation you're having with your dad or with your uncles.
Right.
And then a little bit of the and then the pop, right? So, but I did like the the idea of the uncles and the
good joke choice.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. It was pretty good. And that's what I say. Like I found a couple of them that I liked, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I liked the special more than I thought I did. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I didn't really like it.
I didn't hate the
Yeah,
special.
I didn't hate it either. But it's not for me though. I'm not going to watch it again. I'll tell you that.
No, me either.
Yeah.
But this is something I'd show my mom, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
This is one of those that you could watch with like your mom or somebody that like
Yeah.
kind of sucks and doesn't have very good like.
With somebody who kind of sucks. No, but like somebody who's into more goofy, like who doesn't have to. Well, shit. I mean, we like a certain type of comedy that's a little bit. I mean, we're snobby, right? It's like we're talking about this as if it's like a 2-year grape scotch, right? Instead of like an 18-year-old aged, like, you know what I mean? Like a scotch guy would be like, that scotch is terrible. Even though, even if I had it, it wouldn't matter because I don't know any shit about scotch. So I'd taste it and be like, oh, that's good.
Watermelon
like, that's
flavor.
Garbage, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think sort of that's what we're just snobby about it, a little sommelier action. But like for the average audience member, maybe this is way more
It's safe.
interesting than some of the stuff we really like. You know,
I think this is safe comedy.
yeah, maybe that's it. It is safe. I mean, you can follow it, right? You can. There's no way to. You're not going to get lost in what she's trying to do. There's no
Right.
So, anything else you want to talk about with that?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I'd like to do my favorite joke.
Yeah, we'll get into that right now. You want to set it up?
She used to be a cheerleader, and she's talking about cheerleaders and how they get no love.
Boom.
Yeah, I was a cheerleader in high school, so I'm very yes and energy. Yeah, I'm always like, you go, girl. You go get him. Even if I know it's a bad idea. I'm the friend in the friend group that's like, yeah, you go and get back together with him. Third time's the charm. Because that's what cheerleading is. It's blindly pumping people up to think they're gonna win, even if you have no say in the game. We're literally not playing it. Cheerleading is just screaming manifestations and wishes. Just go get the ball. Hope you get the ball. Please get the ball. Please win. We're just there providing vibes, trying desperately not to get found out that we could easily be replaced with nothing at all.
All right, I cut it off there. That joke went on forever.
It goes on forever.
And there's not really like a natural breaking point. So,
yeah, there's not. One of the things that she does cover after the joke is, or like during that segment, is she says something that's to like we're going to cheer you on. They're going to get new abilities or players or whatever. Yeah. It's like,
like they'll suddenly have better agility.
Yeah. I thought that was funny. I like I like the premise. I like the take on it. It's kind of fun. I haven't heard anybody do that exactly. So
I have heard a couple cheerleader things that are not dissimilar to that, but this is definitely a new take on it. You know what I mean? Like, and she was a cheerleader in high school, so it's true to her life. That kind of stuff. So
yeah, I thought that was fun. But
but you hear some of that stuff that I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like there's like the pacing is where this punchline's coming, and then it's a different tone and it's lower, and it's like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That being said, though, it's not something that like I would mimic. I have an issue where if I listen to certain people will kind of, I don't know if it's because I'm an empath or what, but like certain people will go like they'll use like some tonal range or what. I don't even know what you call it necessarily.
Tonal range, bro.
What do you call it? What would you call that?
What? Just the inflection?
Inflections. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Like they'll have like a tone inflection or whatever, and when they tell jokes, and if I'm listening to, if I'm listening to that will fuck me up because then I'll start telling my jokes that way. Now with her,
every time I tell a joke, I sound like a valley girl. My voice keeps going up at the end like this. Then I hit the punchline, but it still sounds like I'm asking a question. That's an impression of a comic we're not going to name.
Who will get me fucked up too if I listen to it.
Yeah, for sure.
But with her, hers doesn't hit me like that, so I could listen to it and not catch it.
Oh yeah, it's like one of those things. As long as it hasn't broken for you, it's totally fine. But once you hear it, once somebody exactly screws it up, it's like, now you've noticed it every time you listen.
So, right.
Yeah, that's rough. She does a lot of asking the audience questions too, like kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
That not really pulling the audience so much, but like in order to transition from one thing to the next. Actually, you know what? That's not even. It happens a couple times. It's not that big of a deal. Bigger deal. She ends on what I would consider to be a pretty bad joke. Like,
oh yeah, she ends on a dad joke.
Not just a dad joke. It's like an unoriginal dad. Oh, I guess that's what most dad jokes are, right?
Yeah.
But it's like and then she makes the audience ask her, like, "What's a dad joke? Like, what makes a dad joke a dad joke?"
Yeah.
Or whatever. And the very last thing she says is, it's apparent.
Yeah.
Or it becomes apparent.
Yeah.
Right.
When
so
it becomes
all right.
apparent. Yeah.
Like you're going to end.
She ends on that.
End a joke. And it's a long little bit. I mean, not long, but like 3 minutes probably where she's like setting this thing up.
Well, and then her husband rolls off the side of the stage or whatever with a tandem bike, which is what her first joke was about tandem bikes. And then she gets on the bike and they ride away together. Yeah. So I kind of think that's her last joke.
That part's, yeah. I guess that's part. Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know. It kind of closes the book. You know me.
Yeah. I kind of like that. I mean, that's cool. Like,
I like a book
you
close.
got the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, her husband was in a suit, and I was like, what? Match this fucking weird shit,
would you? Dressed like a mango. Like, what are you doing?
Come on. Dress like an orange.
Like cantaloupe.
Dress like a fruit, would you? He's all in a black suit. Yeah, I thought that was
dapper.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting move.
That is interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's kind of all I have to say about it. It wasn't
Me too.
Wasn't my favorite.
No.
I get it.
Sure.
And it's good for some.
Yeah, and if you liked it, let us know. Send us an email and be like, "This is what you guys are missing," because sometimes we miss stuff.
Yeah.
But
also, if you know more about her that we didn't find out,
I couldn't find a ton about. I mean, she's got a Wikipedia page, but it's not super.
Every comic has to start in open mics. What was her open like? I'd be curious to. We should invite her on.
She
the
was
pod.
just super filthy with like. She wore leather jackets. And it was like Andrew Dice Clay.
She's smoking cigarettes on stage.
Hey, forget about it. You want to do a ChatGPT review?
Yeah, I do.
You want to do a scathing one? Let's do
yes,
a scathing
of
one. They're
course.
always more fun. All right, scathing ChatGPT review. Just a reminder on this segment, we asked ChatGPT to write a scathing review of whatever special we're watching. So here it is from ChatGPT. Review. Here's the title. Review. Father. A hollow hug in the shape of a comedy special. AO's Father wants to be a heartfelt blend of immigrant reflection, quirky family reunion, and power stance empowerment. What it ends up being is a 54-minute masterclass in emotional evasion wrapped in stand-up so sanitized it could air in a pediatrician's office. Dude. Oof. Ouch, dude.
Damn.
Let's be clear. Father is a misnomer. The titular relationship between Okatsuka and her long-absent, barely-there dad is teased as the emotional spine of the special, but treated more like a punchline the comic doesn't have the nerve to follow through on. No reckoning, no weight, no payoff. It's all build-up of family drama with the depth of a brunch recap. Damn, dude.
Damn.
They went hard.
Yeah, when does ChatGPT start using all these like similes and shit?
I don't know, man. But yeah, so they didn't like it when we told them not to like it somehow.
That's crazy.
No, that's pretty. I think there's something to it too. It is like this super safe version of these potentially really impactful and big concepts. I mean, shit, she hadn't seen her. She was kidnapped from her father when she was a child and taken, to America. And there's this reunion with her father that's sort of just glossed over, and then comes this story about her white husband being in a place where no white people had ever been. Right? Like,
yeah,
it was kind of weird, right? So I think it's somewhat fair, even though it's a little bit over the top, obviously.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's wrong. It does kind of feel like a brunch. Type thing.
I like that. That was a good line. The brunch, yeah.
That was a good way to put it.
That's why robots are going to be taking my job real quick, dude.
Yep,
real quick. So that was ChatGPT. We talked a little bit about Good Hang. Do you got anything else you want to talk about in terms of the special that we haven't already touched on? I feel like we've done a decent job. Yeah,
not really.
Yeah, me either. I think it was when we talked about it. It was all right.
Yeah,
not really for us, but yeah, I'm not gonna watch it again. I'll tell you that much. I'm not gonna buy her shirt either.
Nope. I thought her nails were cool.
Nails, sick, dude.
Good nails.
Sick nails. Because they match. What do they match? Her earrings.
Her earrings.
Nice.
Yep.
Matching nails and earrings. Just so you know, future fashionistas, that will get you a couple points.
It does. Yeah.
It can't save a terrible fit, but it can get you upper echelon points.
God, that fit looks like it's out of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory or some shit.
It could. Yeah, it does. All right, we got to get to it. Why I'm better than.
All right.
I think that's all we have left, unless you got anything else you want to talk about.
Okay. No, I'm down. You want to go first?
I don't. Yeah, I'll go. I guess. This obviously this podcast is where you come to find all of the gas, all of the fire when we're talking shit about comics because we're way better than they are. And we know this because we both won something last week. What did you win last week? AO.
Yeah.
Not the Quincy belt.
Yeah.
Not Roastamania. Okay.
Nope.
We're better than you, and this is why. Why I'm better than Atsuko Okatsuka. First of all, your name. Change your name. You live in America. Change your name to something. No, just for my own personal. Please help me and let me. No, that has nothing to do with it. I don't like the way you tell jokes. I don't think they have a very strong punchlines. If you were a white male, there's zero chance anyone would give you a special. That's all I got. Atsuko Okatsuka.
All right. I like it. I like
Colton
it.
Drake. I tried something different this time, right?
Yeah, I like it.
A little impression almost.
Yeah, I heard it.
All right.
Okay.
This is why Colton Drake is better.
Okay. This is why I'm better. As Jay mentioned, I would have changed my name. Obviously, I think, your first marriage probably would have counted, but they probably saw the name and they're like, yeah, this is too hard, dude. They lost the paperwork off of the name. They weren't fucking with that. So, for one, the name is tough. Also, I wouldn't wear that terrible fit. Like, come on. What? We know you're weird. We can tell you're weird. You came out with the dance. You're doing too much, okay? You're a big goofball. We get it. How about hot it up a little bit, all right? Cutesy it up. I don't know what you're trying to look like, a boy. I don't know.
Pull the titty out.
I'm not trying to be that guy, but, like, that fit is bad, all right?
Yeah.
Also, why? Just why would you do that? I would never do that. Okay, go with the standard button-up shirt with a jacket over it. All right, if you're gonna try to look like a boy, or do the flannel with the bomber jacket or something. Okay. Also, closing with a dad joke, dumb, hate it. And not to mention an internet dad joke, like that shit is ass.
Yeah, it was ass.
Okay, bad. I would never do that. I'm not closing with a dad joke. I did like that you did a lot of callbacks. I thought that was good, but too many. All right, too many, and not for a good payoff, really. And your husband is in a suit on a tandem bike. Look at that. Why does he look like a Jehovah's Witness rolling out there? Stupid. You look like a piece of watermelon, and he looks like he's going to teach you the Bible. Dumb. Hate it. Bad look. Also, maybe have the tandem bike a different color, dude. That doesn't fit anything. All right, that's off. That's off. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, AO. I am better than you because not only the fit, like I mentioned, but also my jokes are better. Take a risk, get a little bit. Let's have more fun. Let's see you turn this gooberiness into something a little bit more seasoned, a little bit more with a little bit more flavor. And that's what I would do, and that's why I'm better.
Are you sure that's it? That's the longest.
Was that pretty long?
It was really long.
Yeah, it felt a little long-winded.
And also,
it felt a little long-winded. But
I would never do that. That was Colton Drake and why he's better than Atsuko Okatsuka. That's so close, but it's not quite there. Like we're like, change your name, you fucking Japanese whore. Fucking totally old white man shit, dude. Like my dad's like, if I can't pronounce it, it doesn't exist, motherfucker. I don't know why my dad's Southern.
We're losing the paperwork.
Absolutely. We are officially canceled again, third time this week. So that was why we were better. That closes the book on old AO. But you know what? I encourage you to check her out. Check her out and see if you like it. Tell us why we're wrong.
And I'm curious to see what she does next.
Yeah,
I'm hoping. I mean, obviously, she'll probably listen to the pod, and then she'll like switch it up. The next time we'll see her, she'll.
Yeah. Wasn't for us, but pretty. But you know, okay.
Yeah, it's for somebody.
So let's go move on. Listener mail. We have none.
Sweet. Wow.
You want to do an IG follower account update? Are you excited to hear this?
Yeah, you probably. I don't think I got any.
You did. You got some.
Oh, nice.
IG follower count, people. This is what happened. Last week, Colton was at 524, and I was at 470. This week, Colton up 2 to 526. Jay Berg up 6 to 476. I win the week.
Hell yeah.
Stand-up snobs up 3 from 69 to 72.
Were you hustling some followers after that Roastamania?
No, I didn't hustle any. I did get a couple though. People. Nice. I sold stickers to followers.
Cool. And you had the QR code set up, I saw.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then a couple people did that. So yeah. So that's official that we are now over, between the two of us, we're over 1,000, dude.
Sick.
Over 1,000, wow, dude. 1,002, dude.
Woo!
Woo! Applause. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. We did it. Oh, no, not that one. Not that one. Not that one.
Not that one.
Oh, that's a cute one.
Oh, man. I feel like a fairy.
Me too, buddy. Me too. So, yes. So, we're at 526, 476, and 72, respectfully. If you want to follow us, go ahead and do that. Stand-Up Snobs Stand-Up Snobs is the Stand-Up Snobs one. Colton Drake Comedy or Jay Bird Comedy. All three of those are good things to follow.
And we do have merch coming.
And we got some merch coming.
We got
shirts, dude.
We got T-shirts. I think they're going to look
stickers.
sick.
More stickers coming.
We should have those in a couple weeks. If you are interested in getting a shirt and you're a listener, if you mail in that you want a shirt, we'll give you a discount.
Yeah. Will we?
$20.
$20? We're giving a discount of $20?
No, we're giving a discount of $5 because we're selling them for $25.
Man, I don't know if we can commit to that.
I shouldn't have said that without running it past you.
We'll just give it off. No, that's fine. I'm giving shit. Sure. Let's do it. Anyway, so
plus shipping and handling.
Plus shipping and handling, which is $37. Who you listening to, my guy?
Okay, I have been listening to Peter. His name is
Ravello.
Peter Ravello. Yeah, and very funny guy. I've seen some of his clips on Instagram, and I started following him.
Yeah, if you want to check him out, it's PETER_REVELLO. That was yours. Mine. Hannah Dickinson. Hannah Dickinson got 30,000 followers, something like that. Her Instagram is HANSDICKIE, Hans Dickey. So Hannah Dickinson and Peter Ravello. I'm not sure how to say that, but whoever. Check those people out. Those are the people we think you should be listening to this week. I found her on Instagram as well. So, just saw her and like, oh, okay, she's funny.
Cool.
It's fun. She did a couple fun jokes. We'll be posting those later in the week, some of the jokes that we liked.
Nice.
But other than that, yeah, man. Check out comedy. Let us know who you've been listening to, and maybe we'll start following them. I'm always on the lookout for new stuff. You know what I mean?
Totes.
All right. Upcoming shows, my man. What do you got?
Okay, so July 6th and 7th, I'm hosting at the Spokane Comedy Club for Mike Cronin.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. I believe it's 4 or 5 shows. And then July 19th, I am in Seattle at the Mediterranean restaurant that
starts with an H.
That starts with an H, baby.
Hesse's, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah. Hesse's, Harrison's.
Something. Yeah.
Cool spot, though. If you go, there's hookahs. You can hookah. You can hookah it up.
There's hookahs.
So that's cool. Get a little shisha in your bones. And that's kind of what I have going on.
All right, man. 6/28 this weekend. This Saturday, I'm at Puyallup at the Taste of Northwest show. Driving over with Chris Jessup. We're going to do shows at 4 and 5.
Sweet.
That'll be sick. One of us is at 4, one of us is 5. I don't remember who it is. It's one of us. And then July 11th, big time podcast with our own Colton Drake over here. We're doing the live podcast for the Anthony Singleton Spokane Famous world premiere. So we're going to do a world premiere of his special on YouTube. Then immediately after, we're going to do an episode of Stand Up Snobs where we interview Anthony, talk to him about his process, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be real fun.
Yes.
Check that out. Get some tickets for Draft Zone. And then once again at Draft Zone, July 26th, 2025, your guy is headlining out there. I'm ready to go. I've got some new stuff. I got some old stuff. I've been polishing some stuff. I feel really excited about it. I got about a month left before we get to do this, and I'm really hoping I can put together a great show for everybody. That will be to benefit a charity. I haven't selected the charity yet, but all the proceeds will go to whichever charity I choose. I haven't decided yet, but should be a lot of fun. So thank you for checking us out, and if you're able to make those shows, awesome. Next week, Matteo Lane.
Yeah.
We're doing Matteo Lane, the Al Dente special. It came out about a month ago.
Matteo. He's funny.
Yeah, man, we're going to check that out. I'm excited. I don't know anything about him, but hell, I'm in.
He's cool.
I like new people that I've never heard of. And he's not, I'm sure he's bigger.
You'll like him. I think you'll like him.
I'm sure he's not a nobody. You know what I mean? Like, I've never heard of these people. I didn't hear of AO lady, and apparently she's big as shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's way bigger than her.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So Matteo Lane, the Al Dente special is next week. He is going to be taking us out with the trailer for that special. But in the meantime, stay funny, my friends, and
bye-bye.
Bonsoir. This is a very important night. We have a lot of things to discuss. White women. Every single conversation with white women, it is all the exact same. I was telling Joanne the other day that she's not going to be going. You can go to any other group of white women. They will finish the conversation for you. She was saying that I'm not doing my job, but in New York, we do not talk to our Uber drivers. I got into a car accident in my Uber on 39th Street and 6th Avenue, and I still said nothing to my Uber driver. We made direct eye contact in the rearview mirror. I hit cancel, and I walked out of the car.